speaking with. There is no doubt whatever about that.
The register of his burial was signed by the clergyman.
The clerk, the undertaker,
And the chief mourner. Ebenezer Scrooge signed it.
And his name stood up at the exchange for anything he put his hand to.
old Marley was as dead as a doornail.
Fine. I don't need to say from my own knowledge what there is particularly dead about the doornail.
I might have been inclined, for myself, to regard Cockney as the deadest piece of iron Malmesbury in the trade.
No doubt the wisdom of our ancestors is in the simile, and my unhallowed hand shall not disturb it, or the country's done for.
There is no doubt that Marley was dead.
This death
Must be distinctly understood, or nothing wonderful can come from the story yet.
So I repeat emphatically, Jacob Marley was as dead as a doornail.
Of course he did. How could it be otherwise?
Scrooge and he were partners for I don't know how many years. Scrooge was his sole executor, his sole administrator, his sole assign, his sole residuary legatee, his sole friend.
and his sole mourner.
And even Scrooge was not so dreadfully cut up by the sad events.
He was an excellent man of business from the very day of his youth. He saw the light of
No doubt he was.
Oh, his attack was carried to trying so
great hard and sharp as flint.
For which no steel ever struck out a generous fire.
Secret and self-contained.
in solitary as moisture.
The coal within him freezes his old features, stiffens his gait, makes his eyes red, his thin lips blue.
He speaks out clearly and lightly, voice.
He carries his own texture with a bat with him.
He has his locks in the dog days, which is about a one degree to Christmas.
No one ever stops him in the street to say,
My dear Scrooge,
When will you come to see me?
No beggars implore him to bestow a trifle.
no children ask him what a cock is. Even the blind man's dog appears to know him. His orders are already set.
No one saw him back. He was afraid.
He passes behind our backs like a cold shiver.
To which grade is long and paragraphs, to 150 to one's distance.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is not to Scrooge.
Scrooge and Marley.
Scrooge and Marley's name is that.
Why, nobody is friends. Some they call it Scrooge and some Marley.
Makes no difference to one Frank's good and the pale the nail. Or the coffin nail, perhaps.
Once upon a time, before the good news of the year, on Christmas Eve, Scrooge was busy in his counting house.
Jacob Marley has been dead a good 7 years.
It's cold, bleak, biting weather, foggy withal.
Scrooge to keep the people who were weaving up and down the courtyard.
Beating their hands upon their breasts.
And stamping their feet upon the pavestones to warm them.
The city clocks had just struck 3, when it was dark out. It hadn't been light all day.
The fog crawls through every chinky keyhole.
Externally, the contact little influence on Scrooge.
Foul weather doesn't know where to take advantage of Scrooge.
Scrooge sits in his counting house, keeping a close eye upon his firm.
A sort of tank.
It's copying letters.
Scrooge has a very small fire.
But looks fire is so very small that it looks like one coal.
What is it, Cratchit? Can you see your way clear, Mr. Scrooge, in your great generosity, sir? Spare me a few coals for my fireplace, which is now empty.
No, I cannot see my way clear. And if you did take time off your work, Cratchit, to come here with exorbitant demands, then you and I must part company. Is that what you want?
Not at all, Mr. Scrooge. By no means. Thank you, sir.
The clerk returns to his desk, trying to put his jacket to keep him warm, and he tries to warm himself at the fire.
Not being a man of strong imagination, he fails.
Merry Christmas to you, Uncle. God save you.
Ah, humbug.
He sits at his desk doing work, and he is all alone.
Christmas a humbug. Uncle, you do not mention.
I do. Merry Christmas. What reasons have you to be married? You're poor enough.
Oh, come now, Uncle. Right, I you to be this one. You're rich enough.
Bah, humbug. What else can I be when I live in a world of fools? Merry Christmas, out upon Merry Christmas. What's Christmas to you but a time for paying bills without money?
Well, that's
A time for finding yourself a year older but not an hour richer. A time for balancing your books and having every item in them proved dead against you. I wish every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stick of powder through his heart. So he should.
Uncle.
Nephew, you keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it. But Uncle, you don't keep it.
Let me leave it at then. Much good it has ever done you.
Oh, there are many things I've not profited by, I'm sure, but Uncle. But I do believe Christmas is a good time. A kind, forgiving, and charitable time. And the only time that I know of will see by one consent to open up our hearts freely and look at people poorer than us as fellow passengers to the grave, not bound on the journeys that not consent at all. So no, Christmas may never put a scrap of gold or silver in my pocket, but I believe it's done me good, and will do me good. So I say God bless you.
Cratchit, we'll let this relative out of my sight.
Well, a good day to you, sir.
Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Oh,
Merry Christmas to you, Uncle.
15 shillings weight away from France. Talking about a Merry Christmas. Now I think I'll retire to Bedlam in search of some sanity.
Lunatic, letting Fred Scrooge's nephew out. Let's the other two people in.
Pleasant to behold.
Now, stand with their hats off in Scrooge's office.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Good afternoon. Bed.
Scrooge Marley, we believe.
Have we the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley's been dead these 7 years. He died 7 years ago this very night.
And we have no doubt his liberality is well represented by a surviving partner.
At the honest word and liberality, Scrooge sat and shook his head in the Jackson about his credentials.
We are the representatives of the Society for the Relief of Poverty.
The relief of starvation in city streets.
The gentlewoman's provision of simple fare to the deserving poor.
Humbug.
At this festive season, dear, Mr. Scrooge, this Scrooge is not,
Mr. Marley is deceased. Yes, of course, you said so.
unfortunately, deceased.
At this season of the year, it is more than usually desirable that we make slight provision for the poor and homeless.
We suffer greatly at this present time.
Many are on want of common necessities, sir.
Hundreds are in want of common comforts.
Poor people.
Yes, Mr. Scrooge.
Beggars.
Alas, yes, Mr. Scrooge.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty of reasons, sir.
And the workhouse are based on operation?
They are still, sir.
And the poor law still the poor figure it is? And the treadmill is still turning nicely, I hope?
Both very busy, sir.
We wish we could say they are not.
Oh, I'm very glad to hear it. I was afraid from what you have said something had gone wrong with those admirable institutions.
But they scarcely furnish the security to the multitude.
At this time of the year, one is keenly felt and abundance rejoices.
What shall we do now?
Nothing.
We understand.
An anonymous gift, that's very generous.
A modest benefactor, Mr. Scrooge, who would do good by stealth.
And doesn't wish to see his name published.
I wish to be left alone. I don't make married at Christmas. And I can't afford to make idle people marry. I support the poor law, sir, and the treadmills and the gallows. The cost of not conscious. Let those who are badly off make use of such luxuries.
Many would rather die, sir, than go to the poorhouse.
If that's what they prefer, by all means, let them do it. Why not decrease the surplus population? It's not my business if a man would rather die. It's enough for a man to understand his own business, and mine occupies me continually. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Mary.
Good afternoon!
Seeing that it uses to pursue the quest.
2 of 3.
Foggier yet and colder.
Piercing, searching, biting, cold. The odor of one's scanty nose.
Snored and mumbled by the hungry cold.
As bones are gnawed by dogs.
Stoop down at Scrooge's keyhole, drew down from the couch. God rest ye merry.
At length, the hour of shutting up the counting house has arrived.
With an ill will, Scrooge dismounts from his chair.
And tossed her against the box the infected earth.
You want a day off tomorrow, I don't doubt.
If it's quite convenient, sir.
Not quite convenient. More than that, it's not fair. If I was to stop you half a crown for it, you start squealing. I'll be bound. You think you're ill-used? So don't you think I'm ill-used? Having to pay for you lying idle?
Christmas is but once a year, sir.
So you can pick a man's pocket every 25th of December. A poor excuse. And I suppose you're asking for the whole day. What? Be here 2 hours earlier next morning. Insanity turns to the world. That's all I will say to you.
Happy Christmas.
Bah!
Meanwhile, Farmer John was sticking so that people ran about with flaring lamps, offering their services before the purposes and carriages the long way around.
The ancient tower of a church.
Themselves always giving starting down at Scrooge as the rock of the middle of the wall. As if its teeth were chattering and its frozen head up there.
The cold becomes intense.
The brightness of the shops and the hollies made the marriage pass through the ranking of the window. Made their faces ruddy as they passed.
The long hair.
And the stronghold of the Watson Mansion House gives orders to split these of the workers. To keep Christmas as Broadman's household should.
Scrooge has read his newspaper and beguiled the evening with his favourite reading.
His painstaking friendship with the longest has come the day into our ways.
Foggy blows no greatcoat.
When does I had it 120 times? We remain a boy. It's one of the things Christmas Eve.
Waiter, toothpick.
Scrooge goes out to bed.
He lives in a dust two rooms that were the home of his dead partner, up a building yard where it has no business to be. You can't help fancying that. Around there is a young house, playing hide and seek at other houses and will walk the way out.
On this evening, the yard is so very dark that Scrooge, who notices every stone, has to feel it with his hands.
By the way, the door knocker.
If the fox is nothing particular about the door knocker, then it's very large, and Scrooge can see it every night in the morning.
And Scrooge has as little of what's called fancy about him as any other man in the city of London.
Including the corporation.
Why, Scrooge can see how he is the lock.
Should see, not a knocker, but...
Marley's face.
Oh, but there's no light about it. Glowing like a bad lobster in the dark.
Only eyes that open, they don't move.
Its living colour makes it horrible.
Horrible!
Is that you, Jacob? What are you playing at, old partner? Yours there's a coffin now, remember?
It is a knocker again.
That's better, Jacob. Never there at all, was you? If you had been there, I expected to see your pigtail sticking out behind you. No pigtail, therefore, named Jacob. Quod arat demonstradum. So far as our ghost in nightclubs go, it's humbug. Ping, ping.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Satan's power when you've gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Some talk about Scrooge taking an old horse carriage of your upstairs.
But I mean to say, you could get a hearse up that staircase.
Is that why Scrooge claimed to see a hearse in the gloom?
Humbug.
Of course, it's dark.
Scrooge likes it dark. Dark is cheap.
Sitting room. All as it should be. Nobody under the chair. And nobody under the dresser.
Small fire in the grate. Spoon and basin ready for the little saucepan of gruel upon the hearth. Scrooge has a cold in his head.
Nobody under the bed.
Nobody in the closet.
Nobody behind the curtains and changes his suspicious attitude against the wall.
Quite satisfied, Scrooge sits down before the fire to take his gruel.
It is a very small fire. Nothing on such a bitter night.
Yet he is obliged to sit over it and brood over it in order to extract the least sensation of warmth from such a handful of gruel.
His lamp happens to rest on a bed.
A disused bell that hangs in his room.
And communicates for some purpose now forgotten with a chamber in the highest story of the house.
It's with great astonishment
An inexplicable dread.
That Scrooge sees the bell begin to swing.
It swings so softly it hardly makes a sound.
but now it brings out loudly.
And so does every bell in the house. Ringing the bell!
It's humbug still, I don't believe it!
Who slams the door and drags the chains when there are no prison hereabouts?
Footsteps.
Scrooge never held with stair carpets.
So he can hear the footsteps on the stairs.
What do you want with me?
Much.
Who are you?
Brother. Ask me who I was.
All right then. Who were you?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Oh, Jacob Marley. I always knew no bounds. Now I see it clearly.
You don't believe in me.
I don't.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because little things upset them. How do I know you're not a mere indigestion, a hard bristled chop, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fried and undone potato? You're no more than stomach upset. More gravy than graveyard, you. You see this toothpick?
I do.
Well, I have but to swallow this to be persecuted for the rest of my days. Persecuted by legions of restless spirits and hobgoblins. Stomach upset. What do you say about that?
Man of worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I suppose I do. Got no choice, have I? But Jacob, could he have
I'm here to warn you, Ebenezer Scrooge. Learn from me. My spirit never walked beyond our counting house. It never rose beyond our money trading hall. So now I'm condemned to walk through the world and see what I might have shared in turn to happiness.
But Jacob, you were always a good businessman.
It was not enough. I should have known. Mankind was my true business. Charity, mercy, benevolence. These were all my business. Money making, was but a drop in the wide ocean of my proper business.
I beg you, Jacob, don't be hard on me. Why are you in chains?
I wear the chains I made in life. I made link by link, yard by yard. Every day I made money and forgot the poor.
And he has to travel every day wearing bands?
Would you know the weight and length of the strong coil you will bear yourself? It was as if, and as long as this, 7 Christmas Eves ago, you have labored on it since. It is a ponderous chain.
Don't be hard on me, Jacob, I beg you.
At this time of the rolling year, why was it that I walked through crowds of me fellow man and never raised my eyes to that blessed star which brought the wise men to an house of poverty?
That's flattery, Jacob, very flattery.
I'm here to warn you, to give you some hope of escaping my fate.
Jacob, you were always good friend to me, thank you. Bits of hope would come very welcome. Thank you, Jacob.
You will be visited by 3 spirits.
Yes, what? Is that the hope you spoke of?
It is.
Then thank you very much. I'd rather do without it.
Expect the first tonight, when the bell tolls 1.
Jacob, couldn't I get some over and done with all the nasty medicine?
Expect the second on the next night at the same hour, and the third the night following, when the last stroke of midnight no longer tolls. Look to see thee no more, Ebenezer Scrooge. But for your own sake, learn from me. Learn from me. Learn from me.
The air is filled with phantoms wandering hither and thither in restless haste, and moaning as they go.
Every one of them wears chains. Like
Some of
mallets.
them are linked together.
They might be held together with their stories.
None are free. Scrooge knew many of them during their lives.
He has been quite familiar with one old ghost in a white waistcoat.
With a fortress safe attached to its uncles.
Marley lying down, held the wretched woman who had saw before.
And Christ pity snatched away.
The misery for the lawyers that they seek to interfere for good in human matters and have lost power forever.
Humbug! what I wonder. I took a long sleep, didn't I, when I got there? Ding dong, 1:45. It must be morning, dark as hell at Christmas. Ding dong, the hour itself and nothing else. Wait, 1 o'clock? Can't be possible. It was near 2 when I went to bed with all the disturbance. Can I have slept some 23 hours? Can I? Where's my watch? It was Marley's watch once upon a time. No longer useful. Oh. What says one also? The clocks were mad at people over Christmas.
The curtains of his bed were drawn aside, I tell you, by a hand.
Not the curtains out of fact, nor the curtains out of spirit. But to which his face was addressed.
The curtains of his bed were drawn aside.
And Scrooge, starting up to a half-recumbent attitude,
Found himself face to face with the unearthly visitor who drew them.
as close to it as I am to you.
And I am standing in the spirit at your elbow.
You? Are you the visitor I was told to expect?
I am.
Who are you then?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past?
No, your past.
Please, Spirit, don't stand there so respectful. Be covered, Spirit, please. Put your cap on your head.
My cap? You want to put out my light so quickly? You, one of those dim spirits who tried to make a cap to cover my flame and make the whole world dreary. You, the great fire extinguisher. Don't ask me that.
Please, Spirit, I was only trying to see you quite comfortable. Now, will you be staying long then? Young lady, woman, a spirit, if you like it. What exactly is your business with me?
Your welfare.
I take that very kindly of you, Spirit, very kindly indeed. But so far as my own particular welfare is concerned, a good night's sleep might have done me some good. With a cup of hot tea around 7, and a nice bit of business to bring it off, if it wasn't Merry Christmas.
Your reclamation then. Take heed.
Why, what exactly?
We shall only find it after a long voyage of discovery. Are you ready to start with me?
Hardly, Spirit, I'm in my nightgown.
No matter.
Where are we going, did you say?
On a journey.
Oh,
Very long way indeed. As long as your life, Scrooge.
Spirit, there's a sharp, sneaking wind out there. A nice, nasty wind. If I might, put on a pair of trousers and a green coat, perhaps.
Trousers and a greatcoat will not be necessary.
A pair of boots, perhaps.
Nor boots neither.
Just slippers then, as I've a nasty coat upon me. How do we travel exactly?
Through the air.
I'm a mortal man, remember? Travel like a stone, and I would carry a spare high places.
You'll not fall. If I touch you, there. Now rise and walk with me.
I could walk it blindfolded.
Strange to have forgotten it for so many years. Your lips trembling. What's that on your cheek?
On my cheek? Yes, I tell you, it's just a pimple. Yes, I tell you, a perfectly ordinary pimple. All those people, spirits.
They are shadows of what have been. They have no consciousness of us.
What are they shouting?
Listen.
Spirits, I can't hear them.
Not yet. What's a Merry Christmas to you? Out upon Christmas, that's your opinion on the matter, isn't it, Scrooge?
Spirit, I know him.
The school wasn't altogether empty. There's one lonely boy, forbidden to come home by his father, stays on and made to work at his keep. You remember?
I was alone.
Not entirely.
I remember Ali Baba and his beautiful slave girl Morgiana, who helped boil 40 rams in oil. Sound businessman Ali knew the value of money and took over his brother's shop.
What?
I remember El Crusoe also, just as he came to me that afternoon. The man thought he was dreaming, but he wasn't. It was the parrot speaking, you know. Oh, and Sinbad the survivor got the old man of the sea drunk on a glass of wine off his back at last. That's the way to do business. Mind you, I've been the old man on the back of a good many who came to borrow money. And here comes Friday, running away from her enemies who are going to make a steal of her. Run, Friday, run! Get Friday!
To hear Scrooge expending all the earnestness of his nature on such subjects,
And your extraordinary voice came back from the sun.
Or to see his high and excited face.
what am I surprised to his business friends in the city?
Scrooge! Are you there, Scrooge? Stop idle there, boy. There's potatoes here for peeling. Scrooge! Scrooge!
Oh boy, I wish
What do you wish?
there was a voice to give Christmas carol. I had frightened him away.
Let's see another Christmas.
I know him also.
Still alone after 10 Christmases.
Now, walking up and down my cage with all the boys gone home for the jolly holidays.
Scrooge! Your sister to see you, Scrooge. Dear brother!
Fan! Why are you here?
To bring you home. Home. Home.
Home, little Fan, that's not possible.
Yes, it is. Home for good and all. Home forever and forever. Our fathers grow much kinder and home has changed. Home is like heaven. He spoke gently to me when I was going to bed. So I did ask him if he might come home. And he said, yes, my dear brother. Yes, you may. So I have sent the post to bring you.
You're quite a woman now, little Fan.
And you'll be a man. And never come back here again.
Fetch down Master Scrooge's box.
We're to be together all the Christmas long and have the merriest time in the world.
You're to be launched, Scrooge, in the dangerous seas of life, away from his cozy and kindly establishment, where he's long protected and custodied you by the loving hand of self and staff. For however you travel, Scrooge, beneath the tropic sun or desert cold, you will always feel in your heart loyalty and gratitude to this great school, which has always given you secure, sir. You will remember.
I promise you, yes.
I see to the heart of a war's spirits.
I promise never to remember you. Never to think of you again, not if I it. Come on, Pan. Always a delicate creature, your sister Pan. But she had a good heart.
So she had. I won't deny that. God forbid.
She died a woman with, I think, children.
One child.
Your nephew.
Yes. Fred.
So lads, let the revelry commence. So hilly-ho! Hey, with our cake and our nuggets, with our cold roast and our cold boil, with our mince pies and our beer, with our fiddler, an artful dog, the sort of lad who knows his business better than you or I could have told it to him. Shall our Christmas ever die? Never die! And let the dancing commence.
They all dance. Go forward.
Strikes up Sir Roger de Coverley.
Then all Fezziwig stands out to dance with Mrs. Fezziwig. The Christmas music won't put out her. Pray on her and what in their powers.
Dear old Fezziwig. We're lucky to work for him, Dick.
Yes. Who else can make the boy from next door for one cheerful?
We'll get the cook skipping as high as the moon.
Or have the baker who never smiles, laughing 50 speeches.
And turn this old warehouse into a palace of the dance.
God bless old Fezziwig.
Oh, yes, Dick. Bless his old.
He spends a little of enough money. That's such a wonderful thing to do.
Not about the money spared.
Did you say it's not about the money?
He had the power to make his princesses' lives happy or miserable. This power lay in small things, in words and looks which he could not add or count in a ledger. The happiness he gave was quite as great as it would cost a fortune. Happiness, old fellow.
Yes, Dick?
When we grow old,
You mean grow older?
Yes. We'll still be good friends, will we not?
I think so.
Still have the feast and the laughter and all that good fun at Christmas time, just like old Fezziwig, right?
You're just like him.
Well, you fellows aren't we?
So we are. Sleep well.
If we can skip the times we work hard over, just like
Merry Christmas.
What's the matter?
nothing particular.
Something, I think.
No, I just would like to say a word or two to my club. Just now. That's all.
My time grows short. Quick.
This was not addressed to Scrooge, or to anyone whom he could see, but it produced an immediate effect, for Scrooge saw himself. He was much older now, a man in the prime of his life. His face had not the harsh, rigid lines of his later years, but began to wear the signs of care and avarice. There was an eager, greedy, restless motion in the eye, which showed the passion that had taken root, and where the shadow of the growing tree would fall. Do I not? Collected on there too, Ebenezer?
So I must. Am I a charitable organization? Will not expect to do that together?
No, Ebenezer. Must be no.
You can't be expected to understand business.
I understand you can never have a home together. It will matter little. To you, very little. Another item is dispensed to you. If it can cheer you, comfort you, time to come, as I once tried to do, well then I have been just close to you.
What idol has this place?
A golden one.
This is the third dealing of the world. So hard on quality and condemned well. Is that fair to go?
You were too much afraid of one. You want to be rich so the world will not touch you. That is your master passion. All else is wrong.
Perhaps I've grown wise now. I have not changed towards you. Have I done?
You used to be on the road. You thought you worked hard for the competition. Just a little. Then we met.
I was a boy then. I was entirely ignorant of business.
Would you have changed?
Not towards you.
When we agreed we were one heart. Now that we are two, our agreement is fraught with misery. I won't say how often I've thought I must tell you this. It is enough I have thought.
Have I ever tried to make life for a while ago?
Not in work. A changed nature. You mean altered spirit. Everything that ever made my love valuable to you. Tell me honestly. If we had never met before, would you try and put me down? A girl without money or the hope of that? I would think otherwise than I could. But now you weigh everything by you. And if you were false to you, then I should choose instead. But repentance and regret surely follows. Sarah, I must release you from your promise. I do so with the whole heart. For the love of him you once lied. And yes, I will never look in the world and that makes me think. You may feel some pain. But soon, very soon, you will forget. You will just miss the memory of me. You'll do it thousand. I will be more than your uncomfortable dream. You
Why do you show me all this? Why do you delight to torture me?
One shadow more.
No more, I will not see it, I will not. Show me no more.
Henrietta, stop tormenting your grandmother.
I don't mind it, my dear. No, I don't mind it at all.
Did you hear that?
It's Grandpa! I know it's Grandpa! Look, he brought us!
Merry Christmas. Uncle Grandpa.
You spoiled them, Father. You taught them far too much.
Never too much. It's Christmas. Now, my dears.
Look at them. Those children. That thought could have been springtime and the haggard winter of your life. Now listen.
Belle, I saw an old friend of yours today.
Who was it?
Guess.
How can I? I don't know. Mr. Scrooge?
Mr. Scrooge. I walked past his office window. He had a candle lit, and I could scarcely help seeing him. His friend lies at the point of death, I did. He sat there alone. All alone in this world, I believe. Christmas.
Show me no more, remove me from this place.
I told you, these are shadows of what have been. They are what they are. Don't blame me.
More, how can I bear to remove me?
He turned upon Scrooge, and seeing him look upon him with a face in which, in some strange way, there are fragments of all the faces that are shown him, he wrestles with it.
Hold me no longer, spirit! Hold me no longer! Longer.
He is conscious of being exhausted,
He gives his cap a pausing squeeze.
and barely has time to reel into bed, before he sinks into a heavy sleep.
Gentlemen of the free and easy sort getting up of a morning.
Frequently observe that their good friend drinks a little glass of manslaughter, without going as far as that. Scrooge is fit for any sort of surprise. After all he's been through, and nothing between a baby and a rhinoceros can surprise him. Very much.
Consequently, when the bell strikes one and no shape appears,
He is taken by a violent fit of trembling.
5 minutes, 10 minutes,
A quarter of an hour goes by.
yet nothing comes.
All this time Scrooge lies upon his bed,
The very core and center of a blaze of ruddy light.
which, being the only light, is more alarming than a dozen ghosts. He is powerless to make out what it means,
and is apprehensive that he may be an interesting case of spontaneous combustion. At last, however, he begins to think that the source and secret of the ghostly light may be in another room.
the idea taking full possession of his mind.
He gets up softly and shuffles in his slippers to the door.
Scrooge! Come down here and know me better, Scrooge.
Little spirit, I don't doubt.
Come on, Scrooge. I am the ghost of Christmas present. You've never seen the like of me before.
Never in my life.
Never walked out with my young brothers? They are older than me, for I am very young.
Master, I have. Do you have a large family, spirit?
More than 1,800. One born every year since the first.
That's a prodigious family for man to support. Spirit, conduct me away well.
I went forth last night to compulsion, and learnt a lesson which is working now. If you have anything to teach me, let me proper quiet. Don't be too hard on the aid, not too terribly difficult. How do you trouble exactly?
Very end. Oh, what a man remember. Drop like a stone, I appear to tight.
Catch my rope.
Spoiled have our Christmas.
No, it won't, Father! Come now, Tim. Come sit
they walk with the line of the sea. But our team's grow stronger every day, isn't it? Each day it grows more hot.
The goose, the goose. The goose. Make way for the goose.
Mrs. Cratchit makes the gravy hissing hot.
Master Peter mashes the potatoes with campbell bacon.
Miss Belinda sweetens up the applesauce. Martha does the hot plates, and the young Cratchits set chairs for everyone.
Not forgetting themselves, and they jump spoons into their mouths.
For what you're about to receive, may the Lord makes us truly thankful. Why, there was never such a goose cooked before.
Not for tenderness, size, and cheapness.
And enough for all. A cow by the applesauce and potatoes mashed by me. What a goose.
I'll leave to meet him, William.
If these shadows are not altered, you will die.
No. Spirit, let him live.
I said if those shadows are not altered, none of my kind who come after me will see him then. What of that? Does that concern you, Scrooge? Remember your words. If you'd like to die, you'd better get on with it and reduce the surplus population.
Should have never have said that.
Man, forbear. Will you decide when men shall live? What men should die? In the sight of heaven, it may be you are more worthless and less fit to live than millions, like this poor man's child. Spare us from hearing the infant unbelief, deciding there's too much life among his hungry brothers in the dust.
The pudding. Suppose it's not done enough. Suppose it breaks up when you turn it out.
Suppose when we clutch with the backbone and stole it.
There it is. Safe and sound. I had a moment of uncertainty about the quantity of flour.
Never you fear, my dear. It's wonderful pudding. If I may speak that exaggeration, Miss Cratchit, I must regard this pudding as the single greatest achievement of our married life. Now, Merry Christmas to us all. God bless us.
God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Come on, kids, time for the Christmas toast.
I'll give you one and all to the good health of Mr. Scrooge, the founder of our feast.
The founder of the feast indeed. I wish he was here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast on, and I hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
My dear children, Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, I'm sure, on which one brings the head such an odor. Stinky, hard, unfeeling manners, Mr. Scrooge.
She speaks of.
It's what she knows.
And you know it too, Robert. Nobody knows it better than you, poor fellow.
My dear, Christmas Day.
I'll bring his house for the day's sake and for yours, not for his. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and very happy about that, I don't doubt.
Mr. Scrooge.
And the news I have for you, young lady, you belong to a junior clerkship at the most respectable company, and with Mr. Scrooge was business at a salary of, wait for it, 5 full shillings and 6 pence by the week, which, in all circumstances, I consider princely.
Princely indeed. What are you going to do with all that money, Peter? No doubt you'll invest it on the stock exchange, as Mr. Scrooge does on the computer.
So here's to Master Peter, in his new position, Master Peter. And now, it gives me great pleasure to call on the youngest of the Cratchits to entertain us in song.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Above thy deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. Yet in thy dark streets shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years will rest in thee tonight.
Of course not, Darling.
And you see that? The shoes of awful waterproof load.
True. They're not handsome nor well dressed.
But young Peter there, he's seen it at a pawn shop in dress once.
But learn from this, Scrooge. They are pleased with one another and contented with the time. Hold your yarn about you, Scrooge. We're going on a journey.
Where are we going, Spirit?
You'll discover soon enough.
They are standing upon a bleak and deserted moor. Down in the west, the setting sun leaves a streak of fiery red, glaring upon the desolation for an instant. Like a southern eye, flying lower and lower yet, it is lost in the thick gloom of the darkest night.
What place is this, Spirit?
A place for miners live. They labor in the bowels of the earth, but they never leave the sea.
A light shines in the window of the hut, and swiftly they advance towards it. Passing through the wall of stone and mud, they find a cheerful company assembled round a glowing fire, all decked out gaily in their holiday attire. The old man is singing them a Christmas song. It had been an old song from when he was a boy, and from time to time they all joined in the chorus. So fully after they raised their voices, the old man grows quite slight and loud. The spirit does not tarry there, but bids the spiritual to road, and passing on above the moor, speeds. Whither?
Not to see.
To see.
I was never much of a sailor, Spirit. I don't know as how my stomach will stand it.
Scrooge looks back fearfully and sees the land. His ears are deafened by the thundering of the water. It rolls and roars and rages among the dreadful caverns, and tries to undermine the earth.
Saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. I saw three ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning.
Truly, Spirit, my stomach is ever of a nervous disposition.
And what was in those ships all three on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was in those ships all three on Christmas Day in the morning?
Upon a dreadful reef of sunken rocks stood a solitary lighthouse, and Stormbear, born of the wind, as one might suppose seaweed is of the sea, rise and fall against it like the waves of their skin. Here then the men who watched the light and made a fire, and wished themselves a Merry Christmas in their cannon frog, and strike up a steady song that is gale in itself.
Love and joy come to you, and to you your bustle too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And I send you a happy new year.
Come,
Where to now, Spirit?
far from any shore.
Every man among them hums Christmas tune, or thinks a Christmas thought, or speaks of some bygone Christmas with humble hopes belonging to it. It had been a great surprise to Scrooge, while listening to the moaning of the wind, and thinking what a solemn thing to move through the darkness, and over an unknown abyss, whose depths and secrets are as profound as death. Scrooge's niece by marriage lasted happily a day.
And their several friends having a bit behindhand, roar out last spring.
As I live and breathe, he said that Christmas was a humbug, and he believes it too.
More shame to him, Fred.
Scrooge is a comical old fellow, and that is the truth. Not as pleasant as he might be, but his words carry their punch. I really have nothing against him.
And I'm sure he's very rich, Fred. So you always tell me.
Well, what's other like him? Money's no use to him. He don't do any good with it. He don't make himself comfortable. He doesn't even have the satisfaction of thinking without actually being better than us.
I have no patience with him.
Neither do we. No patience at all with old Scrooge.
No, I couldn't be angry with him if I tried. Who suffers by seeing him compete why he's not for himself? He puts in his head that his likeness is not for his own. So what is his consequence? Does he much for dinner?
Indeed, I think he loses a very good dinner.
An excellent dinner.
We will not. We've eaten it.
So we must be allowed to be the best judges.
I don't believe young brides make great housekeepers. I believe housekeepers are the best. Oh, strictly, battle in the middle. What's what you say, Doctor?
I say, I am a bachelor. That is to say, I'm a wretched outcast.
So Fred's clearly got his own Scrooge's niece's sisters. The one with the roses on the breast.
No, no problem, but I cover.
So who am I to pass judgment on such a beautiful young bride?
Go on, Fred. He never finishes what he begins to say. He's such a ridiculous fellow.
Well, what I was going to say, before I was really interrupted, was that we should feel sorry for Scrooge. He's losing some pleasant knowledge which can do him no harm. I'm sure he'll find more comfort with us than his own thoughts and more warmth with us than his old lowly office and dusty boots. I extend to him the same invitation each year. He may rally Christmas as much as he likes, but I'll lay him down in the end. I swear to it, I will. And that means he leaves his poor nephew £50 in his will. Well, at least that's something. I think I should do that.
Oh, let's have some music.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love came to me, a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love came to me, two turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love came to me, three turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love came to me, four fireworks, three French hens, two turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love came to me, five golden rings.
I knew this little air spirit. My sister Van used to sing this before I was into school, so many years ago.
Listen to it, Scrooge. If you remembered it more often, you might. I think you might.
What spirits?
Have cultivated the kindness in life for your own happiness and with your hands without resorting to Sexton's bane that buried Jacob Moss in his literature.
Oh, what's the matter with all of us? Are we to have no games this year?
Who shall be the blind?
I say, as a wretched outcast and a bachelor. One, two, three.
I know my William Papa is really blind, and I believe he has eyes in his boots.
One between him and Scrooge's nephew.
The way he's going after the pump system and lakes tuckers and outrage the majority of human nature.
That's why I'm fucking against the piano and throwing himself again. Wherever she goes, there he goes.
He won't catch anyone else. If you pull against him and stand there, he only needs to pick up and to catch you.
This isn't fair. This just isn't fair.
Around and fluttering and silk and rustlings.
He gets her into a corner from which there was no escape.
His conduct is most execrable.
Pretending not to know her. Or pretending it's necessary to touch her to assure himself of her identity.
What's touching a certain thing with her finger and a certain chain about him?
well, we see.
How did they? What's wrong with Lordstress?
So Dad, my small sister is taking you behind the curtain.
To tell them why they have to play. Animal, vegetable, and mineral.
Our time is almost over.
There's a new game starting.
Very well then, but only for a little while.
It's animal.
How many legs?
How many legs?
2.
Can you eat it?
Wait, can you eat it?
Yes.
Can it eat you?
It might gobble you up.
Has it got wings?
Wait,
Yes.
It's a chicken. It's a horse. No, it's a turkey. It's a turkey.
Wait, is it the turkey?
Yes.
Animal.
Does it live in a menagerie?
Yes.
Is it a horse?
Is it a horse?
No horse, no horse.
Is it to be found in London?
Lives in London, yes.
Is it a dog?
No.
Is it an agreeable animal?
Very disagreeable, one might say.
Is it tight-fisted?
Is it tight-fisted?
Exceedingly.
I've got it, Fred. I know what it is. I found it out.
What is it then?
It's your Uncle
Oh, the old man is brass watch baron, that's for sure. Look, it's your advantage to not to tell. So, here's to Uncle Scrooge. Wherever the old man may be, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to him. He wouldn't take from us, but he has to nonetheless. Raise your glasses, one and all, and a toast to the uncles.
To Uncle Scrooge.
My compliments to you all on this most auspicious, this most joyful occasion. May I propose a toast to my niece and nephew, coupled with the names of Mr. Topper and the Plum Sister, whom I was advised to purchase a small annuity for future members of the family. This could be had at discount perhaps.
It's no use, Scrooge. We are invisible. Don't you remember? And we must go once more up on our travels.
That night, Scrooge the Spirit traveled far.
Much they see in many hours they visit, but always with a happy end. The Spirit stands beside sick children, and they are cheerful. On foreign lands, but they are close to home. By poverty it is rich. In almshouses, hospitals, and jails. In miseries every refuge. Where vain man in his little brief authority does not make quick and send the Spirit out. He leaves his blessing and teaches Scrooge his precepts. It is a long night, if it is only a night. But Scrooge has his doubts of this. He observes that, as they travel, the Spirit grows older. Clearly older, but never speaks of it, until they are leaving the children's 12th night party. And he begins to notice that the Spirit's hair is grey.
There's light to Schultz.
My life upon this earth ends tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight at midnight. Hark, the time is drawing near.
Spare me. Forgive me if this is an impertinent question, but I do see something strange and not belonging to your gristle protruding from your skirts. Is it a foot or a claw, perhaps?
It might be a claw for all the flesh there is upon it. Look here. Old man, look here.
God!
Look down here.
The children, wretched, abject, frightful, hideous, miserable. A boy and a girl, meager, yellow, ragged, scowling wolfish, but prostrate too in their humility. when graceful youth should have filled their features out
And touched them with the precious tints.
A stale, shriveled hand like that of age has pinched, twisted, and pulled them into shreds, and glare out menacingly through all the mysteries of wonderful creation.
No degradation of humanity.
As monsters have so horrible and dread.
What have you to say of this, Scrooge?
They all, I suppose they are weakly fine children.
They are mans, and they cling to me and fight from their fathers. This boy is ignorance. This girl is want. Beware them both in all of their degree. But most of all, beware this boy. For on his brow I see that written witch's doom, unless the right be erased. Deny it, all you complacent people. Slander those who tell it ye. And use it for your fractious purposes, and wait in patience for the end.
Are they no refuge, no shelter?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Do you remember who said that, Scrooge?
Spirit! Are you the ghost of Christmas yet to come? You are about to show me the shadows of things that have not happened yet, but will happen in the time for us. Is that so, Spirit? Ghost of future, I fear you more than any specters I've seen so far. But I know that your purpose is to do me good. So I'm ready to bear your company, and with a thankful heart. Do speak to me, I beg you. Will you not speak to me? Lead on, those spirits, lead on! The night is waning fast, and it's a precious time for me. Lead on, spirits!
There they are on the hops and wall, unchained young merchants, who hurry up and down and show them in their pockets. They look at their watches, or you've got some interest rate going to see.
Don't know nothing. I don't know much about it either way. I only know it's dead. Last night, I believe. God knows. Left it to his company, I suppose. He hasn't left a penny to me, that's all I know. He had no one close. It's likely to be a very cheap people. Upon me, I wouldn't know who to go with it. Suppose we make up a party and volunteer?
I wouldn't mind going, if lunch is provided. Well, I must be fed if I make one of the party.
Well, I'm the most disinterested of you all. I never wear black gloves and I never eat lunch. But I'm game for a funeral. Come to think of it, out probably his closest friend. We say good morning to each other occasionally.
Yorkshire woolens are a bit sickly, aren't they?
Let's take all the good fellows all day. Pleasant messages.
Well, I hear the old devil has gone to his own house. I heard the same. Cold enough for you today, is it? Seasonable for Christmas time, Stabley. You're not a skater, I suppose. Oh, no. No time for such foolishness. I've better things to think about. Good morning, Jones. Good morning, Stabley.
Ghost, these conversations seem to lack significance. Whose death are they speaking of? Not of Jacob Marley, because that is past. Your problems is in the future. All the same, I shall do my best to remember what we're here together, and I shall do my best to learn from it. Still, you do not speak to me. Where are this future spares a day telling me? Wait, that's me. That's where I stand and change most mornings. Under the clock. That's me, spirit, that's my place. Engaged in business as usual.
Scrooge fancies the turn of the head and sees the spirit's eyes looking at him keenly.
It makes him shudder and feel very
people are ship-shod, half-naked, drunken, and ugly.
Alleys and archways, like many cesspools, disgorge in their offerings of smell, dirt, and life upon the straggling streets.
The entire city reeks of crime, filth, and misery.
In this infamous resort lies another betting shop, where iron bones, bottles, and drags are brought.
The city of London is an old 70-year-old man.
He sits in all the calmness of his luxury. We have all three met the old Duffy in it. The child, the laundress, and the undertaker's man.
Well, you're putting that man in a better place. Come to the forward. We're all fool we're calling you alone. Come to the forward.
What's the odds, Mr. Dilber? What are you afraid of? We all have a right to take care of number one and shut he did.
That's true indeed. No man will serve.
But we don't stand there staring and get on with the business. We're not going to tell tales on each other, I don't suppose.
No, indeed.
We should have and all.
And who's the worst loss when you things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose.
No, indeed.
And if the wicked old devil wanted us kept after his death, why wasn't there till the time during his lifetime? And he might have had someone to look after him when he was struck down and then lying, gasping out his last there alone and by himself.
That's the truest word ever was spoken.
It's a judgment on him.
Should have been a heavier one if I could have gotten my hand on anything else. Open my bundle, Joe. Tell me the value of it. Speak out plain.
Pray let me go first. I have got little fonder.
All right, old Daniel, and show us your wares.
Item a suit.
5 something.
Item a pencil case and a pair of sleeve buttons. What can you scratch to?
Apple crown, 1 inch further.
And item a brooch.
Of no great value. 9 pence halfpenny, 8 shilling in all.
And 3 pounds halfpenny.
And 3 pence halfpenny. And I wouldn't give another farthing if I was to be boiled oil for it. There's my items, Joe. Thank you. Towel. Underwear pair, holier than thou. Silver teaspoons, sugar tablets, don't have much experience in sugar. 2 pair of boots, right? And urgently into the copper. 3 pounds for the lot of them, that's stretching it. But, and if you ask me for another penny, I'd repent of being so liberal and knock all that to ground.
Now then, you would do my bundle, Joe.
Got an air, round rules, ain't it?
Articles of great value, old Joe, and we'll see when you spread them out.
Who are you calling? Bedford?
Ah, you hit it the first time, old Joe, but heavens it is. Lovely quality of the eyes, you can see for yourself.
You all mean to say you took us back. Reason over the wire?
Yes, I do. What else could I have got the job done then?
You were born to make a fortune. Certainly do.
I wouldn't stop myself from reaching out for what I want, not for the sake of such a man as he was. Don't you go getting oil all over the blankets now.
It's like this to say.
He isn't likely to take the cold where he is, I dare say.
Hoping and dying to catch it.
Only from the meanness, I'm not sure how infectious that is. You may look through that shirt till your eyes ache and not find a hole or a threadbare place in it. It's the best it has been wasted on would have happened for me.
What do you call wasted?
Someone was fool enough to put it on him to be buried in, but I took it off again. If rough calico ain't big enough for such a purpose, it's not good enough for anything. It's quite becoming to a corpse, and things like me uglier than he did in fine linen.
And this is where it gets me, Jig. Golden Guinness, ain't it?
That's not for sale, Joe. You had your pickings, old man. See, this is the end of it. He frightened everyone away from him during his life so we can profit from his death. I take that very kindly indeed.
I see it now, sir. I understand it. The place of the unhappy man that robbed makes me anyone. Is this the path my life is taking? Merciful heavens, what is this place? then spare it. You want me to lift the sheet and do the work. I know. A twitch of my finger would do it easy. Easy to see who lies therein. I wish to obey your spirit, I swear I long to do it. I cannot find the power to lift my finger and do the work.
O cold, cold, dreadful death, set up your altar here, and dress it with such terrors as you have at your command, for this is your dominion.
No voice says these words to Scrooge's ears, and yet he hears them when he looks up.
He wonders that, if this man could be raised up now, what would be his foremost thoughts?
Avarice, hard-dealing, gripping cares, they have brought him to rich and truly. He lies in the dark in an empty house, without a man, a woman, or child to say that he was kind to this or that, or to say that with the meaning of one kind word, I will be good to him. A cat is scratching at the door, and there are sounds of rats beneath the hearthstone.
What do they want in the room of death? And why are they so restless and disturbed? Scrooge doesn't dare to think.
Spirit, this is a fearful place. Maybe I shall not forget this lesson. I beg you, let us go. I said I understand what you want, and I do it to my company. I am not the power, Spirit, I am not the power. Is there no one in this town who feels some emotion, some tenderness in the face of death? Show me one person who feels something because of it. I beg you, show me.
And he called the little child unto him, and set him in the midst of them, and said, Verily, I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter the kingdom of heaven.
If I let this go before, I would go on reading.
They could be by the candlelight. That's still a little on my butt. I know they're better now. I must show the sweetness to your father. It must be there his time.
Rather past it. He's gotten a little slow, I think.
I've known your father walk very fast with tiny Tim on his shoulder. Very fast indeed. So have I. Often.
So have I.
But Tim was very light to carry, and your father loved him. So it was no trouble, no trouble at all. Sorry at the door.
So good work, Mother. You'll have it all done by Sunday, you must.
Sunday. You went to bathe in water.
Yes, my dear. And I wish you could have been there. It would have been good to see how green a place it is. But you'll see it often. I promised him that I would always walk there on Sunday. My little child. Tim. You'll never guess who I met today.
Your father? Who?
Mr. Scrooge's nephew. And you'll never guess the kindness. He said that I seemed a little down. Just a little down, you know. So I had to tell him about Tim. And he said, why, he's just the pleasantest spoken gentleman you ever heard. Heartily sorry, he said, for you, Mr. Pratt. And heartily sorry for you, good wife. Which, by the way, I can't think how we do that. Why, that you're a good wife.
Everyone knows that.
Very well observed, my boy. I hope they do. Heartily sorry, he says, for you and your good wife, if I can be of any service. And he handed his card. Very handsome. You're all printed in balls. That's why Lily says, pray come to me. It wasn't so much anything he might have, but the kind way in which he said it is what felt quite delightful. It was almost as if he had known not Tony Tim and felt one with us.
I hope he's a good man.
You would be sure of it, my dear, if you ever was to meet him. I should be at all surprised. Now listen to this. I should be at all surprised if he can get Peter a better situation.
Look at that, Peter. And soon our Peter will be courting and setting up for himself. Get along with you, Belinda.
It's as likely as not, it's one of those days. There's plenty of time for that, my dear.
One of those days, perhaps.
But, however we part from one another, I'm sure we won't forget. Not one of us is going to forget. Poor tiny Tim, shall we?
Never, Father.
Nor this first parting among us all.
Never.
And I'm very happy. Very, very happy.
Before me that our part of my week is at hand, I beg you tell me, who was the man who saw lying in the bed? Stop a moment. This is where I live. Stop and let me see what shall become of me in the days to come. That's my house, Spirit. This is my office. Why do you point away? Where am I, this future spirit? Make you tell me.
The wretched man whose name Scrooge still to learn lies underground.
It is a worthy place,
Walled in by houses,
overrun by grass and weeds, choked up by too much burying.
fat with repleted appetites.
A worthy place.
Spectre, before I look at that tombstone, answer me one question. Was I the man laying in the bed? Was I? Of these things the shadows of what shall be? Or of the shadows that may be only? My behavior might have led to a certain end, but if I change myself completely, might my end be different? Might it not? I beg you, Spirit, give me a little hope. Am I the man laying in the bed? Am I still the voice of the Spirit? No, not I, Spirit, not I. I'm not the man I was. I'm someone else now, someone else entirely. I won't be the man I might have been if I never had the pleasure of meeting you, Spirit. Why do you show me all this? if I'm past all hope and lost forever. Spirit, your guidance and pities me. Your intercede for me. Tell me you still change these shadows you've shown to me. Tell me you still change. Spirit, I promise you on my son oath, I'll honor Christmas and try to keep it all the year. I will live truly in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. And I shall not shut out the lesson they teach me. Oh, spirit, guide spirit, tell me they sponge away to write on a stone. Yes, that's your own. Avenue's your own fellow. Who's your own? What? Do you what Ames skin as was? The time before you was your own. To make amends and not torn down, never torn down his sword. He's still with me. Rings all. That curtains are here, Ebenezer Scrooge is here. The shadows of what might have been will vanish away. You know they will. From now on, from this day on, I will live truly the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. Oh, Jacob Marley, permanent Christmas time, be praised for this. I say it on my knees, oh Jacob, on my knees. I don't know what to do. I'm as light as a feather. I'm as happy as an angel. I'm as rocky as a schoolboy. I'm as giddy as a drunken man. Happy as a man. Eating the asparagus. Me, Johnny, as a jumping bean. And Johnny's a jackdaw. Laughing like a dream, dancing like a dervish. Oh, Merry Christmas all around. A Happy New Year to all the world. It's all here. Look at it all here. The saucepan for my little bit of gruel here. And Jacob Marley came through here. And the ghost of Christmas presents came through here too. I don't know what day of the month it is. I don't know anything. I'm quite a baby. Never mind, don't care. Best thing to be, no doubt. A baby, quite the best. It's all true. It's all happened. No more fun, no mist. There, right jovial, stirring. Can piping for the blood dance too. Oh, heavenly skies, sweet fresh air. Oh, fairy bells, glorious, glorious. Well, hello, hey. What's today?
Hey?
What's today, my fine fellow, my lad?
Today? Why, it's Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, I haven't missed it. The spares have done all their work in one night. Of course, they can do anything they like. Of course they can. Hello again, my fine fellow. Hello. Do you happen to know, hopeful sir, whether they've sold the prize turkey thing up there? Not the little prize turkey, I mean the big prize turkey.
At the baker shop?
Yes. Well then,
Do you mean the one as big as me?
Yes. Now, do me a favor and buy it for you, and tell them to bring it here, and I may give them directions where to take it. Come back with the man, and I'll give you a shilling.
Are you serious?
Yes, come back within less than 5 minutes, and I'll give you half a crown.
I'm off like a shot.
Yes. I'll send it to you I'll send it to you. Bob Cratchits. To Scrivener's Passage. Camden. Yes, that's it. I believe that's it, yes. He shall be sent it. Last present, you'll think, since such a present would be Ames, Skimpton, and Scrooge. What? He'll think a magnificent bird dropped from the sky into his family. The bow is actually twice the size of Tiny Tim. Remolding the pantomime, never thought of such a joke as my sending a prize turkey anonymous to Bob Cratchit. I hope he bakes it well and serves it up with sausages. Knocker, how I scarcely looked upon you before, but I'll love you as long as I live. What an arch expression you had on your face last night, and how handsome old Jacob was to be sure, and how you changed your appearance. You wonderful Knocker. Hello! Now that is a turkey. That bird can never stir on its own legs. He would snap them off in a minute like sticks of sealing wax.
Where's it to go, sir?
Scrivener's Passage, Camden Town, name of Cratchit. But don't breathe a word as to who sent it.
Never breathe a word, sir.
Why, you can't carry that magnificent bird all the way to Camden Town. Not even Hercules can do it. You're going to need a cab. Sir, will you call me a cab?
You're a cab.
What a delightful boy. Anyway, here is the money for cab, the money for the turkey, and half a crown for the young spot left here as promised.
The people of Lawrence
Cab!
What's the matter with people waiting to wear down with his hand behind his back and his reluctant smile? He looks so irresistible that 3 or 4 people say, "Good morning, sir."
Good morning, my dear.
Good morning, sir, and Merry Christmas.
All the polite sounds I've ever heard. Those words were the politest to my ears.
Thank you so much to you for your service.
My dear sirs, it was exceeding kind of you to call on me yesterday. I hope you succeeded well. A Merry Christmas to you. And to you, sir. A Merry Christmas to both of you.
Is it Mr. Scrooge?
Yes. Oh yes, that is my name. And I fear it may not be pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardon. And if you may, have patience with me for a moment. May I suggest you put me down for a modest sum, a small contribution perhaps? Please, not a farthing less. A great many back payments are included in it. I do assure you. Now, do me a favor and never breathe a word up to it.
Lord bless you, Scrooge. Are you serious?
Deadly serious. Now, please, don't ever speak of this and who gave this contribution.
We don't know what to say to such a matter.
Don't say anything. Just come visit me.
We will.
Will you come visit me?
We will.
Thank you, gentlemen both. Much obliged to I am. Thank you 50 times, thank you. God bless both of you.
He had never dreamed that anyone, that anything, would give him so much happiness.
In the afternoon, Scrooge turned his steps towards his nephew's house.
He presses the door many times before he has the courage to go up and knock. Then he makes a dash and does it.
Is your master at home, my dear?
Yes, darling.
Where is he, my love?
In the drawing room, along with Elizabeth, and where I shall live.
Thank you. He knows me. I'll let him sit then. Bread! Are you there, Bread?
That's myself. Who is that?
It is I, your Uncle Scrooge, come to dinner.
I let you in. Come in, Uncle, 1,000 times welcome. Look, my dear, it is Uncle Scrooge. Come to dinner at last.
Wonders will never cease, eh?
Very welcome, Uncle Scrooge.
Thank you. I take that very kindly.
Why don't you give her a kiss for it then, Uncle?
Shall I? I take that kindly, very kindly indeed. Mwah. Mwah. Thank you very much. Expecting part of me. Giving me all the reality.
Oh, I'm sure we can promise you that, Uncle.
But I should be wondering. Mr. Tapper! Oh, Mr. Tapper! I hope I see you well, my son. Ebenezer Scrooge, my name. Fred, Uncle Scrooge. I am the honor to appear in a game of animal, vegetable, mineral. Which did have to happen? My dear Mrs. Sister, my dear Mrs. Sister, dear Mrs. Sister, I for one am particularly watchful of that old Mr. Tapper. Just joking, my dear. You're something to look forward to tonight, eh? Wonderful jollity, wonderful anonymity, wonderful games. Do you think we can have them right now, just to kick off the proceedings?
Who will be the judge?
Me, go me.
That's not how it was
Sounds like that too.
They all go late to bed, tired out by the joyful occasion. But Scrooge is early to his office the next morning.
Oh, Scrooge is early now.
If only he can catch Bob Cratchit coming late.
That's what he sent his call for. And he doesn't.
Just as the clock is striking 9.
9 o'clock, and no Bob Cratchit.
4:02 and still no Bob.
Honey, You are full 18.5 minutes behind your time.
I'm very sorry, sir. I was making rather merry yesterday. It shall not be repeated.
I will not stand for this sort of thing any longer. And therefore, I'm going to raise your salary.
Cratchit has the momentary idea of knocking Scrooge down with his candlestick.
And calling out to the people in the court for help with a space jacket.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Father. Oh, Merry Christmas, Father. I've given you for so many years.
Are you sure you're feeling quite yourself, Mr. Scrooge?
My new self, Bob, my own self no longer. Oh, raise your salary and try and help your struggling family. We'll talk about that this afternoon over a Christmas bowl of mulled wine, good and spicy. But before all that, Bob, in the name of sanity, make up the fire and buy yourself another horse scuttle before you dot another I, cross another T. Bob Cratchit.
At the end of it, old Scrooge is better than his word. He does more than 50 more.
He becomes as good a master, as good a man, and as good a friend that the city will ever know. Or any of cities, town, or borough is the gold world. Some people laugh at the illustration, and he lets them with their heads. His own short hands are quite enough for him. The tidings we bring to you and yours. The tidings for Christmas and a happy New Year.
Scrooge was the second father to Tiny Tim, who did not die.
A taste of rum for you, Mr. Scrooge, just to keep out the cold.
Thank you. I've decided to give up on the sparrows forever.
It's always said of Scrooge that he wants to keep Christmas well. If any man alive possesses the knowledge, may that be truly said of us and all of us.
God bless us, everyone.
give them a second. They're getting ready here.
They're coming down.
We have them. Thank you. Oh, she has them? Okay. Here they are.
This gift is for the man who is responsible for this.
Amazing set. He works so hard, and Mr. Bach, this is for you. Okay, sorry. Alright, the next one is for the man who does all of our sound and lighting and everything cool that happens with this show. He puts all the finishing touches on. He's already walking over here because he knows who he is. Mr. Lowe.
Okay, so this little gift goes out to our assistant director, Mr. Hefner. We appreciate all of his hard work, and he helps us every single day, so thank you so much, Mr. Hefner.
Okay, so this last gift goes to the one without this one. This program would not be possible. None of us would be here. This show wouldn't even be happening. So let's give it up for Miss Carrie and Barry.